Joining us now, former communications director and spokesman for Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. Michael Hardaway, good to have you. What's your reaction? Do you think that this is the right direction for the last month and a half or so of President Biden's 4 years?
Well, it's a Christmas miracle, right? Christmas is in 2 weeks. We all agree in a bipartisan way that our criminal justice system is broken. We can agree to that. We did the First Step Act several years ago in a bipartisan way, and I think this makes the most sense for Democrats over the next month.
So how do Democrats use this and then expand it during the next few years? I mean, 2 years is going to be hard. Can they work with Republicans to try to continue to reform the criminal justice system?
Absolutely. I've had this conversation with Leader Jeffries. I think he's interested in doing so. And I'm sure that Mr. Schumer in the Senate and Mr. Durbin are also interested in doing so. So there is an appetite on the Democratic side if Trump and Republicans are willing to play ball.
I want to ask you about DOJ and the trust in the department, in the system. President Biden got a lot of flack for the way that he pardoned Hunter Biden by kind of going after the prosecutors who went after his son. Anita Dunn, former right-hand woman to President Biden, commented on that to DealBook and the New York Times. Let's listen.
I absolutely agree with the president's decision here. I do not agree with the way it was done. I don't agree with the timing, and I don't agree, frankly, with the attack on our judicial system. The White House was really not part of this process. It was a process that was done very much internally with the family and with the defense lawyers.
So it's interesting that there's no Democrat that, I have not heard a Democrat say that President Biden was wrong to have compassion for his son. But there's a lot of Democratic frustration and anger about the way that he did the pardon of his son and the way that he went after the Department of Justice, as Anita Dunn just mentioned. Do you think that's going to do longer-term damage to the reputation and the trust?
No, Democrats have to get over it. Look, the real question is what kind of man wouldn't take care of his son?
But the way he did it, the way he did it.
I think, honestly, whatever way he did it, people would complain either way. I think the reality is that because of what he did today in terms of extending clemency to 1,500 people and pardoning 39 more, I think that makes the Hunter Biden thing a little easier to digest. And he's going to do more, apparently, according to the White House.
Well, what about the calls from some in the Democratic Party to make preemptive pardons, as Mike Memoli just mentioned, for those that Donald Trump might be trying to go after? Liz Cheney's, Adam Kinzinger's, James Brennan, et cetera, the people that Donald Trump has mentioned, named, Adam Schiff, Dr. Anthony Fauci, as people who he believes did him wrong.
Yeah, well, he should. There's no downside to doing the right thing. And really, from the Democratic perspective, who knows what Donald Trump is going to do next year? And so you just have to make sure people aren't punished for doing their jobs.
You think Biden's going to do it?
No.
No. Why not?
Because we're Democrats. We never do that sort of thing, although we should. We truly should, because who knows what Donald Trump is going to do next year.
Well, but isn't the Democrats don't do that because they believe it sets a bad precedent. And you think that...
There's no precedent with Donald Trump. This is the other issue. We say we're not going to do this because it sets a bad precedent, as if Donald Trump cares at all about your precedent.
What about after Donald Trump?
No, I don't think it affects it. I truly don't believe that. I think the reality is that if people are doing their job and it's on the up and up and they've done nothing wrong, you should protect them.
But what about the perception for the American public that everybody is out for their own interests? Everything's partisan. Everything's political.
Yeah. Listen, again, you have to do the right thing. And also you should explain why you've done those things. You should never assume that people automatically know why you did them. So you pardon those people and explain this is why. They're good people. They've just done their job and they're being politically prosecuted.
All right, Michael Hardaway, thank you very much.